What is going on, people, and welcome to episode 15 of the Sheffield Wednesday career mode here on EFC 24. I hope you're well. Well, last episode, I think it's fair to say, didn't go rather well. It's been a bit of a break since I last recorded that. I needed just to completely not play FIFA at all. If it continues to go that way, then we will just... I'm not going to get angry, it's not worth it, it's just a game, but my word, that was frustrating. Yeah, let's see what happened last episode. 3 defeats in a row, 2-0 against Sunderland, 3-1 against Plymouth, 3-2 against Watford. Not ideal. Today, the penultimate episode of the season. I'm going to be certainly glad to get the season out of the way. 3 home games, Huddersfield, Swansea and Ipswich all to come today. And then we end with 2 away games and a home game. So yeah, Huddersfield, Swansea and Ipswich. Let's have a look at the league then. And for the first time in a long time, we're out of the playoffs. And we're out of the playoffs by some margin. 6 points adrift now with 6 games to go. It's going to be tough to get our way back in there, I think, for certain. Leicester are not quite promoted yet. They are guaranteed a playoff place just about, I think. Yeah, they are. So yeah, and then obviously Leeds and Norwich vying for second, and then the rest is quite tight, although Middlesbrough have got a 3-point gap to the teams chasing. Swansea, obviously one of the teams we played today, they sit in 8th, and then okay, Huddersfield and Ipswich both struggling. Ipswich desperately fighting for survival. Huddersfield a little bit clear, but could do certainly with the points to make it a little bit more easier for them. So yeah, on paper, as we always say, a couple of winnable games, but this game is certainly not played on paper. I'm going to stop messing around with the tactic as well. I'm just going to go with what we've been playing all season and just try and get it to work. I feel like I've jumped in quite early though, actually. I think it might be straight after the last game. So I'll advance to the first game against Huddersfield and then we'll get underway, shall we? Right, a press conference ahead of this first game then, and let's see if we can't raise morale a bit. Just a few games left. Can you steer clear of trouble? Pressure can be positive. We're not going to get relegated, so question doesn't really make sense. That's why I sort of was quiet for a second. Are you boys ready for the game? We'll play the game, not the occasion. Obviously, a Yorkshire derby. Sheffield Wednesday versus Huddersfield. How will you approach today's game? Let's try and keep it tight, shall we? Try and actually defend fairly well. There was a point in this series where I thought I'd finally got the hang of defending, and yeah, how wrong was I? Let's just go in and see what they're playing. 5 at the back, which is going to be fun. We'll have a look at their team in a moment. I need to make some changes because we've got some tired legs, so I'll do those and see you in a sec. So for Huddersfield then, this is how they line up. Maxwell in goal. They're playing a back 6 actually, which is great. Turton at right wing back. In the middle, Edwards, Hellick and Pearson, Nekiyama on the left. Hogg sitting deep for them with Matos and Redoni ahead of them. And then Healy and Radulovic up top. Sorba Thomas on the bench. Decent keepers. They've got a few options. This is how we're lining up. Afori is in goal. A back four of Delgado, Bernard, Diaby and Pedersen. Hatterpool not fit enough for this one. Hall and Bannon in the midfield. I did actually consider playing Hall and Asprilla in the middle for this one, but Asprilla not quite fit. So Bannon retains his spot. Windass in the 10. Wilkes comes in on the right as Pervaders not fit. Akbar up top. Masaba in on the left. So yeah, a few tired legs, but I'm considering now sort of towards the end of the season maybe starting to phase Barry Bannon out with the last few games. See how Hall and Asprilla get on together in the middle of the park, but we're gonna have to wait to get that partnership going. But yeah, today let's just see what we can do in terms of results. Let's not get angry, even if the game goes against us. Just accept it. This game is well, infuriating at times. We know that. Good tackle from Windass. He wins the ball back, and there's got a bit of space to run into here. Can we play this one back potentially? Malik Wilkes is there and we get the ball inside. Malik Wilkes, can he cut back? He can indeed. Skips past one, has the strike. Malik Wilkes. Well, what a start to this game. And the man who comes into the side has grabbed the goal early doors just 7 minutes into this one. And it's a lovely, well, not an individual effort, but he's done a lot of the work himself. Windass wins the ball back well, plays in, Wilkes cuts back. I assumed the tackle was going to come in. Thankfully, the defenders retreat, give Wilkes the space, and he can fire into the far top corner. And well, a good reintroduction into the side from Malik Wilkes. Certainly be retaining a spot in the starting 11 next time out, you feel. But good to get an early goal in this one. Oh, Wilkes could be away again here. The gap inside just quickly closed, but he's got the pace on his man, Hellick. And Hall's come across here. Barry Bannon. Oh, I was thinking about the strike. Masaba. Oh, there's a gap here. And it's a boat. We'll have the strike across goal. And it's a good save in the end from the keeper. But we have got Huddersfield on the ropes early doors here. Windass to knock in the corner. Aiming for Ike Ugbo. Pedersen. It's just misevaluated the flight, really. Bernard will have the strike. It's well blocked. Come on, boys. Let's keep firm now. Nice bit of skill. Rajulovic. Oh, it's Healy, I think, actually. Out to Turton. Pedersen, can he get a tackle in? Oh, come on. Just this game again with the changing player. That's who I wanted. That I'm pointing at the screen, like you can see. I wanted Barry Bannon. He was the closest to the ball. And it was the third player that it ended up changing to. So, again, the game is doing us in. But, you know. Oh, they're forward again here. Nakayama is in behind Delgado. Oh, he's got the skills to get away. Oh, my word. And Afori has made the save. Couldn't quite pick up on the second, but thankfully no Huddersfield attackers were following in. But that's going to be half-time. A 1-1 draw thus far. And, well, we were very good the first half of that first half. Second half of that first half, very much less so. They're working forward now, Huddersfield. Good switch up, and Wilkes now on this left-hand side, inside now. Oh, it's a lovely turn. And Healy. Oh, it's a back heel, and they've just sold us it. A strike that I don't think Afori should be beaten by, but Radoni's found the back of the net. And life continues at Sheffield Wednesday in the very vein that it has been. It's just... yeah, I don't think Afori should be beaten there, to be honest, but it's the way the game goes sometimes, and we are losing again after being in a winning position. But is there potentially one more chance? No, because Masaba can't win the header. Huddersfield just going to keep possession now. Run down the clock. Thomas into the area. Can we get the ball off of him perhaps? Not quite. Good block. Falls to Thomas again. We get another block in there. Oh, come on, boys. There we go. Tackle comes in. But that is time over. And there we go. Another defeat. 4 defeats in a row. Huddersfield grab the points they need to help them in their bid against relegation. And life here is miserable. Get me to the end of the season as quickly as possible. So for the second game of the episode then, this is how visitors Swansea line up. Rushworth in goal, back four of Darling, Cabango, Wood and Simon. Fulton and Grimes sitting deep in the midfield. Plachetta on the right, Jamal Lowe on the left, Patterson in behind Jerry Yates. A good team from Swansea, all above 70 rated. They've got Ronald there as well. Ginley, Patino. So good squad here from Swansea. No wonder they're sort of fighting for playoff positions. We are pretty much back to full strength. So Afori's in goal, Hatibor, Bernard, Diaby and Pedersen. Hall and Asprey are finally going to get together in this one. Windass in the middle, Pervader in on the right. Wilkes has moved over to the left. And Ugbo retains his spot up top. Hopefully we can pick up a positive result in this one. But on paper, this is the hardest game that we have this episode. So who knows how this one is going to play out, to be honest. Oh, Pedersen comes in with a crunching tackle, but now that's left a gap. And Darling can have a run, and he's past Diaby. Bambo Diaby trying to get back. And well, Bernard has come across, and it's a fantastic tackle. And Asprilla has just about got this one away. And now Wilkes is on the run, and it's a frantic past few minutes in this game. But Wilkes is away. Malik Wilks will find the back of the net. He had the opportunity to grab a second in the last one, but he put it well wide this occasion, though. He does not squander. He does find the back of the net. End to end in the last few minutes of this half. And well, Wilks breaking away. Might have even picked up the ball in his own half there, but just puts his laces through that one. Fires it into the far corner. And there goes the half-time whistle. And it's been a pretty good half from us, to be honest. We've certainly had the better of it, I would say. Can't really think of any opportunities that Swansea have had, but they'll come. They'll definitely come, because this game is this game. The pressure mounting from the Welsh side. Oh, lovely bit of trickery there. Pervader needs to get out to him low. Hall needs to stick with him if he can. Jerry Yates, that's a lovely spin and a lovely finish. And we said it was going to come, and there we go. Hardly a surprise. It's a lovely spin from Jerry Yates with his back to goal. Drops the shoulder, sends the man the wrong way, and inevitably the opposing team score. Again, it's not right in the corner, but from that close, enough power to beat a 4-y. Wilks does well to spin away from his man, and then get away from a second. And there's a ball in there to Ike Ugbo, you know. Ugbo finds Windass. One more. George Hall is in, and George Hall will find the back of the net. And we weren't level for long. A lovely piece of play from Sheffield Wednesday. And Hall was just queuing up there, waiting for the ball to find him. He's wearing the captain's armband today, George Hall. Don't mind that, actually. But, yeah, good play from Wilks. Fall into Ugbo. Lovely hold of play from Ugbo. Windass finds the spare man. And will just side foots that casually into the corner. Today's captain. Keeper well beaten. And we restore our lead. Lovely ball from Espria to find Ike Ugbo. Needs runners though. No support going through the middle. But here's Josh Windass. And Josh Windass has found a goal himself. A couple of goals in quick succession. And now Windass wearing the armband after Hall was substituted off. And yeah, that goal sort of come out of nothing. Even surprised me for a minute really. Swansea keeper, very disappointed. But yeah, I think when I spun, I didn't expect the space to just open up. But then it did, and Windass just burst into the area. Cabango tries to get back at him. This time side foot with the left. Into the corner. And well, we have a 2-goal lead. Who would have thought it? Can they find a way back into it? You feel if they were to have any chance of drawing, they need their next goal pretty much now. That's what finds. And well, curse of the commentator against his own side. Fulton, it is who squeezes it in, and just over 5 minutes to go. Swansea may yet still come out of this one with a point. Just couldn't get the ball off of them. And then Fulton just low drive into the corner. Almost passes it into the corner in a way. Can we hold on for what would be a very, very big win? Not in terms of, well, maybe in terms of the playoff race. But, Pervader. But more so, just to end this poor run of form. Try and beat his man if he can. Oh, that's not a bad ball. Oh, Windass brings it down. Was going to go for the strike. The fans calling for a penalty. But there goes the final whistle. 3 minutes over the allotted time. But it's a win. And a very important win at that. Very glad to have picked that up. Like we said, a win against the hardest team on paper in this episode. Of the final game of the episode, then, this is how our visitors Ipswich line up. Hladky in goal, back four of Clark, Donatian, Burgess and Brandon Williams. Travis and Morsey holding. Hutchinson on the right, Harnish on the left, and Sarmiento in behind George Herbst, Broadhead, Davis, Moore by Wolfenden. So it's a really good depth actually for a newly promoted Ipswich. We, I believe, are the same as last time. Esprit has grown up to 70, which is really good. But yeah, Wilks has retained his spot in the side. So I think we're unchanged. It will be a corner. And it's Esprit the man to go and take it. Aiming for Hattabor into the area. Ugbo try and get this one back across. And Hattabor, oh, it's found its way into the net. Hladky made the initial save but could only turn it upwards. and the spin on the ball took it backwards into the net. Well, not the greatest strike. You wouldn't expect it from your right back, but it's a couple of goals that he's grabbed this season now, the Dutchman on loan from Atalanta. But really good awareness from Ugbo to head it back across. And yeah, just too much power and spin on the ball as defender and Hlagke desperately try and just hit the side of his hand, and the spin is taking it away in off the... Just kisses the inside of the post as it finds its way in. But we're ahead again in a game. Unfamiliar territory, it must be said, in recent months. Lovely piece of play from Ipswich. Sarmiento has found Hurst. Bernard needs to cut back, but he can't, and that is a lovely finish. And a really well worked piece of play from Ipswich. Sarmiento it is who finds the back of the net. And our inability to keep a clean sheet has hindered us once again there, but it's a lovely strike from Sarmiento. Just puts his foot through it. But twisting and turning, losing players left, right and centre. Really good play from Ipswich. As Poveda has actually done really well to lose his man there. Cuts inside, but just too many men around him. We'll get this one out to Poveda, but I think that is going to be the half-time whistle. And indeed it is. 1-1 so far in this one. Fairly even game, it must be said. And you can... Obviously that is reflected in the scoreline, but conceding just before half-time, not ideal. Hopefully that break can halt Momentum's Ipswich. Momentum's Ipswich? Ipswich's momentum. Opting for the short corner, Ipswich. Hutchinson will go to Harness. And Asprilla stands up well. Gets a big block on the cross. But Harness gets the ball back in, and a Forey away to his right has to make the save because Hurst was there. And he got his head on the ball. Hutchinson aiming for that near post. Poveda, the man that gets it away. But only as far as the edge of the area. Morsey. Oh, well. I thought there was enough to get a block in there, but I think it's Clark who's had the strike. It is indeed the right back. Forcing a Forey into another save. Short one again. This time harnessing with his left foot. And that one a little bit easier for Morsey out. Good reverse ball. Oh, Hurst has got away from his man. And that's a superb finish from George Hurst. Little through ball there to Windass. And there's, a little ball through. Oh, we win it back. There was a little ball through there to Ugbo. There could be a ball through here to Windass. We'll have the strike. Oh, and he's rattled the post. Did so well to get the shot away, considering his body was leaning away from goal. Sort of came shoulder to shoulder with the defender, but still managed to get the strike away. And it's really unfortunate that it's bounced straight off the post. Lovely turn. Ball in here. Pedersen is in behind. Christian Pedersen. Oh, goes for the little stab towards the bottom corner. Unless is their time. Windass. Musaba. Ike Ugbo. Surely he scores! Ike Ugbo has rescued a point. The amount of times we've done it this season, we've drawn late. 2-2 at home in the final few moments to rescue a point. Oh, thank you, referee, for playing over the allotted time for once. It's finally gone in our favour. But really good play. Musaba just about got the pass. And Ugbo adding to his tally. I said it felt like he hadn't scored in ages, but still in front of goal. Didn't have the confidence to try and overwork it. In the final touch of the game, we managed to rescue a point against a good Ipswich side. How they're battling relegation, I have no idea. Whew. But we can breathe. But if we have a look at the table, we climb up to 9th, but with 3 games to go, 6 points off, it probably is just going to be just missing out. And that kind of, well, against teams around us, we haven't lost as many games, considering how crap it's been the last few months. Lots of draws compared to teams around us. I know Middlesbrough in there 14 draws, but they've lost 3 less games, so it's likely to miss out. But with this team, considering obviously the expectation, I think the expectation was to avoid relegation, and we were in the playoffs the majority of the season. So yeah, it was to do even like finishing mid-table would have been fine. So to be contesting in the playoffs most of the season, it's just those goals conceded, man. You look like, compared to anyone else, literally there's only two teams are conceding more goals than us, one of them being Ipswich. So, you know, like Rotherham finally relegated, or finally, but are now relegated. And you'd say Plymouth and Sunderland maybe okay, maybe still involved. It's certainly Millwall. Birmingham kind of looked like they could be down. So, yeah. Ninth is there's still an outside chance of playoffs, but we will find out in the next episode, and that will be the final game of the final episode of the season. So it will be Preston away, Millwall away, who are fighting relegation, and then Leeds at home. It could be a promotion party for Leeds come that final game of the season. But guys, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next one.